Hey guys, Lucky here, and today I'm back with another little creation. This one being a little bit more interesting than the usual one. So, if I'm not mistaken, which I probably will end up being, the wonderful world of Thaumcraft adds a couple of pretty nifty things, one of them being this thing called the Taint. So, in a lot of places, like, I don't even know, just say Captain Sparkles' modded Mionite series, the Taint was an issue, but in the end they found a way to destroy the Taint and push it back. So if you guys are not familiar with Thaumcraft, the Taint is essentially like a parasitic grass, and it spreads across the world. It'll kill things, it'll corrupt things, it'll turn the world a disgusting purple color, and it's not pretty. So I kind of decided, hey, what kind of blocks could I use to replicate this? And I decided mycelium's a pretty ugly looking grass color, and it's pretty gross looking, so I figured that's a pretty dead foliage looking thing. So yeah, the way this works is that you have a taint, spawn taint thing, and when you get the spawn taint object, it allows you to start a taint. So what you're looking at here is a taint I put down earlier. Taint spreads very slowly, but as soon as it gets to the point where it's like there's a certain amount of taint going, it gets pretty intense pretty fast. So like you can see it flicker there a little bit. Yep, there we go. Taint's spreading. So in a nutshell, the taint has the following abilities. So first off, if I was to walk onto the taint via just walking across, like just strolling around, it'll give me hunger, slowness, weakness, poison, and nausea for being on the taint. Now the nausea is glitching a little bit. I know no one likes nausea, and for the video's sake, it'll probably kill the quality. So let's just not worry about that. So essentially, if you walk on this, it makes your life miserable. If an animal touches this, it pretty much kills the animal. It's really bad on animals and mobs and actually anything. It'll kill any entity that I know of. It'll kill sheep. Yeah, I don't know why it's not killing a zombie though. He couldn't explain that one. How about we just play around with a few more mobs? Let's just do a rabbit. Yep, kills rabbits too. So it literally, the taint will spread, and from what I designed it to be, it gets a little more like whatever you would call it. It's a little more intense on your game the longer you let it run. But I put particle effects on the edge of the taint so that you can see it spreading. If you did not want that, you could easily go break the command block and make it a lot smoother. So, yeah, the taint will infect grass, water, and stone. And I stopped at that because it's a concept video. It's not supposed to be super, like, ridiculously detailed. It's supposed to be like a quick concept that you could use for maps. And also I spawn near a desert, so it's pretty... I should have probably programmed in sand too, but, you know, whatever. So, the taint will put itself, when you first spawn it, nothing really happens, but every interval of a certain amount of seconds, it will start to spread. And if what will happen is, the more the taint spreads, the more interesting it gets. So, it'll get widespread and a little, you know, scary pretty quickly. So, I'm putting water here too, because it'll destroy water. Actually, let me just go turn off the particle, because the particle effects are starting to drive me mad. Where is it? Is this player walking on it, or... No, that's relative to the player. This is the armor stand. Okay. Let's just get that out of the way. Alright, so now it should be a lot faster, because there's no particles it has to render. So, the way this works is, when you spawn the taint, it puts an armor stand down. And the armor stand lives until it spawns one on each side of it. There we go. So the way this works is the armor stand will replicate in a plus sign, so one left, one right, one forward, one back, and then whatever blocks it spawns the armor stands into, it'll replace those with mycelium, or in the case of water, obsidian, or in the case of stone, a disgusting sting clay color. So what you're looking at right now is what happens when it begins to spread. Now, I'm going to go ahead and set display sidebar. So the way this works is there is a... oh, geez, the game's actually ticking behind a little bit. So there is a villager here, and the villager is being... the villager's like a dummy kind of thing. It's just here for me to put score onto. So when the villager score, let me just go ahead and set it up. When it reaches around when it reaches 750, did I really just mess that up? All right, so when it reaches 749, it'll move on, spawn the next one, and then it will do the replace. So let's give it a second. For some reason, my game's ticking behind a little bit, and I have no explanation for that. So yeah, I'll have to restart my game or something. Don't know why it's giving me some frame lag or difficulty. This is crazy. There we go. Yep, see? And that makes the obsidian happen. Now, if I were to kind of push it along again, put it back to that. Oh, come on. Why is my game doing this? What happened? Alright, so I'm just going to kind of speed this up a little bit. Okay. So, when it reaches stone, it will turn the stone into a disgusting stained clay color. And the stained clay color, it'll leak downward too. So aside from the taint being up and down, it will kind of go downward a bit. So if the taint reaches a hill over here, it'll go up the hill. If the taint reaches, see, it's going up the hill here right now. If the taint goes to the edge of a block, it will go down the hill and start spreading down the hill. So the idea is the taint is just a really, really, really disgusting spreading object that just keeps going. And there's no way to stop it. Well, actually there is. All you have to do is dig up all the grass in an area and replace the grass with a block. Or you can do what I did over here and safeguard your stuff with bedrock. So that way the bedrock will stop the taint from coming in. So let me for some reason it's giving me pain. I don't know what's going on here. The game's going mad. Hold on, I'm gonna relog. I'll be right back. Alright, so it turned out rendering the armor stand way over here in the distance was actually delaying my game a little bit, so there's one downside to having a spreading disease like this, but yeah, the taint it's something that you just don't want to play with because it gets nasty fast. So like if I put one here too, the taint, it'll spread, it'll kill mobs, and it's something that you want to avoid, especially because if it gets to like where you're living, then it will pollute around you and make a sort of like soul sand. It's miserable. It'll make it so your food goes down at an unreal rate. So the only real solution is just to block it off and ignore it to the best of your ability. However, the good thing about it is that it will actually it'll give you good source of obsidian. See over here, it's starting to leak on the stone. It's a good source of obsidian if you want obsidian from the water, but otherwise it's pretty miserable. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed, leave a like, rating, and a comment, and yeah, very much appreciated. If you guys want to see more of these little devices and ideas like this, please comment below. Tell me what you want to see me doing. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So see you guys next time. Bye. Just jump on this for fun. My hunger's not going. I'm literally not losing hunger right now. I don't know why. Ugh.